right, Day. We doing this thing, man. Eagles wear boxing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, we up in here, man. What's going on now? That's my little blend. Blend. That's juice, no wine. Yeah, so that's my blend of juice. It's actually blueberry. Well, not blueberry. Blackberry and grape. So don't think it's something else, because that's what it is. It's blackberry and grape. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're going to talk about a few things. I got some grown folks stuff to talk about. We talk about the little bit of boxing that's coming up, and maybe a little bit about these front fighters that, I don't know. There's some good arguments. Some good arguments about, again, about Bud. I'm actually tired of talking about them, but I guess that's nothing else. Everybody, that's all anybody wants to talk about is Bud and Earl and all this. But I've actually heard a few things that makes a lot of sense, though. Well, just because it makes sense, I don't go with any of the narratives. It's just I just like, okay, I like to like start crap every once in a while. So I bring stuff up every once in a while, just because it's just something to do. Yep, yep. But on Tank, I was listening to something about Tank, but I know a lot of people don't understand Tank. Yeah, and Tank is like all over people. Like I said, you not. The thing about Tank is Gary Russell Jr. and you guys aren't going to troll him like you think you are. He's going to put you in check. So two of you. So just to let you know, the two of you are basically out the picture now. When it comes to Tank, you're basically out of the picture when it comes to Tank. And the reason you're out of the picture is because you lost. And that's Colbert. Yeah, little B hop. You're out the picture. You probably won't be back in it. Tank will probably retire before you get back in the picture. But then you got to get some wins to get yourself back in. And then Gary Russell Jr., you're out the picture. Nobody's thinking about you. You control, or if people don't think you trolling, or you serious, grown man talk, whatever. If you feel like you're gonna fight Tank, no, there's no interest in it because he's interested in people that's gonna bring him some money. Now, if your voice because of your being on new media, if that causes some type of a eruption to where the people just they can't live without having you fight Tank Davis, then the possibility is unlimited. Oh, we want to see it. We want to see it. You know. Survey says we want to see Gary Russell Jr. versus Tank. And if we know we're going to get butts in the seat and we know we're going to get paid, then we don't have a problem with that. Our problem is that we don't know. That's our problem. Is that we don't know if we're going to get our money's worth. We don't know if there's going to be butts in the seats. And so that's why, you probably won't get the shot because of the unknown. Certain fights is known when it comes to Tank. Like they know the fan base. They know fighters are coming up off of a high. Leo Santa Cruz was like real big name. You're like, oh shit, he's doing that. Barrios not so much, but there's like, oh shit, Tank going up to 140. You know, so a lot of those names when he fights people is they have to be doing something in the public that's going to cause some type of an uproar to where people want to see it. But with you, and talking about Gay RJ, GRJ, that's not happening. That's not happening with you. He said, "Speak on." He said, "I want to hear what makes sense." Well, what makes sense? I'll get to it in a second. Yeah, I'll read what you got. I heard Pac-Man still wants Spence and Bud, but yeah, but he'll fight Tank. Pac-Man don't want nobody. He wants some money. He's pretending like he don't need the money. That's the only reason he's back. You gotta think about that, brother. He got beat up bad by Ugas. You see what Earl did to Ugas? Earl Spence, and you know, it's not even for me. It's not even hypothetical. Earl Spence will beat the dog shit out of Pacquiao. I mean the complete dog shit. He will beat the complete dog shit out of Pacquiao. For real, for real. He will. He will beat the living dog shit out of Pacquiao. Ugas beat the dog shit out of Pacquiao. So if he got any dog shit left in him, that'll get beat out of him. I see my brother out there. He came in respectful today. Derek Bailey. He said salute to Eagles way up watching. Salute back to my brother. Yeah, I got stuck on the damn road again. All this rain is something else. I love it. I just don't like the people out there. Because people are like they either real aggressive or they're just too cautious. They're scared. Plus I was looking to see where the natural rivers were. I went through certain neighborhoods and just to see where the natural rivers used to be, like the streams, before man started building, before they started diverting the water and making tunnels for the water to go underneath. I was just going to see, like, okay, so there's these little natural streams. I'm like, okay, so a lot of water going up this hill or coming down this hill. I said, okay, so I'm assessing my area, like what's the probability of me getting flooded out? It's not that high. Yeah. Derek Bailey says salute to Sir Flame. Sir Flame says salute to Eagles West, salute to the chat. He said, and as always, he said, jab that like button on your neck. He said, don't get naked. Eagles Wear boxing. Got the fire in the 100 going with that glove up. And of course, Warriors got to have those things, brother. Don't you forget it. Yep, all the time. But what makes sense, I go back to what Sir Flame was asking. He said, I want to hear what makes sense. What makes sense is just the conversation or just the observation that who is Bud going to fight next? Is Bud going to fight somebody who's better than Keith Thurman? That was the question. Now, what I did with that question is I flipped that question to the other side. Instead of is, I could put an H would be his, A would be has. Has Bud, in your estimation, anybody who's in here, anybody who's listening, has Bud fought anybody at welterweight that was as good as Keith Thurman? Oh, shit. And so if you get mad and you want to throw up an argument, I can say that Earl beat somebody who was better than Keith. A bunch of times. Because for me, you might as well say that Earl beat Pacquiao already. And he beat Ugas. Because Ugas beat Keith. So you might as well say that Earl already beat Keith. So Earl beat Keith. And this is just something, I'm just throwing this out there. Oh no, you can't match him up like that. Styles make fights, blah 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 blah. Okay, well Keith lost to Pacquiao. Pacquiao lost to Ugas. Ugas lost to Spence. So that means in the higher echelon, that means that Spence would beat all of them. Not necessarily true, but for me, I'm making the truth right now. I'm turning that into a true statement. So somebody can argue with me if they want. I would like to have an argument. Hold on just one second. Let me just check. Let me check my environment, y'all. Man, Eagle is not trying to end up floating in some river. I was talking to somebody yesterday. This lady, and she was telling me how many other roads had, washed out. Major roads. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so here what they did with this 1.35 billion mega million jackpot. It's probably like a lot of people that won it, right? So they won't get that much money. So they're trying to cover up their tracks from the last one when they had that big one. But no, see, the one I'm looking at, so if I ask you to excuse me for a second, I'm looking at I'm looking at Flood Watch. Because it just popped up. Anytime you get that triangle with the explanation point in it, you better, if you're on the computer, just take a look at it to see what the hell's going on. Let me see. Okay, it says that we're supposed to flood. Okay. And so up there where the fort is, they're supposed to close. So late tomorrow through Monday. Okay. But it's not giving us like exact areas. Okay, so we'll see. So today, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even, I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. I got to look for right quick, just to see when we're gonna stop. Okay. So it looks like we're going up to Tuesday, Monday. So today, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All right. So 4 days of rain. After we already had like 10, 15 days of rain. So we've been having rain since about the 29th of last month, somewhere around there. So how many days of rain is that? That's like every day. So every day since the 29th, we've been having rain. That's 3 weeks, right? Close to 3 weeks. So how much damage can 4 weeks of rain do? Just asking. I'm not a meteorologist. You guys know all this stuff, right? So how much danger is Eagle in and the rest of the people around here? Are we in trouble? I don't know. But Sir Flame said different type of fighter. I got Pac over Spence, but not Crawford over Ugas. But not Crawford or Ugas. Oh, you got Pacquiao over Spence? Maybe back in the day he could have maybe dealt with Earl, but Pacquiao jumps in too much. He jumps in too much. You see what happened when Marquez called him? Earl's gonna catch him. And the thing is, he's gonna be an easier target. He's gonna be an easier target for Earl. If he ever fights him, he'll be an easier target. Believe me, he's gonna be just sitting in there. Pacquiao be throwing all that wild shit. Earl's too big for Pacquiao. Because Pacquiao ain't on that shit no more. If Pacquiao was on that shit, I'd give him a better chance, but he ain't on that shit. And he already was saying how strong Thurman was. See, this is what you got to understand. So he was saying how strong Thurman is, and guess what? But then Danny, even though Danny hates Earl, Danny Garcia, he told you that Earl is stronger than both of them. Just think about it. Everybody say Keith is strong. And everybody saying that Earl is stronger than him. And even old hateful ass Sean Porter saying that Earl's the strongest welterweight. With that skill set and that strength, Pacquiao's gonna fold up and go to sleep. Believe me. He's gonna get hurt bad. I'm just saying he's gonna get brutalized. They already know it. Earl would hope that he can get paid by Pacquiao. He hopes that. Are you kidding me? That's gonna be easy work. It's gonna be. I mean, when I say easy, it ain't like Pacquiao he's not gonna fight. He's gonna get brutalized, though, believe me. Because one thing about Pacquiao is Pacquiao got good foot movement and he jumps a lot, but he can't get out. If you're putting pressure on him, you've never seen nobody just put constant pressure on him. Believe me, he's gonna fold. But we'll have to wait and see. We probably don't. We probably will get a chance to see it. We won't. We might not get a chance to see it. But you're right. Different styles. But I'm just saying. I'm making my point. Sir Flame, salute at Derek Beatty. Derek Beatty, I will be winning that mega tonight 100. Okay, you got the mega. Okay, Derek, send that cash app, man. Let's meet up, man. It's just all move, man. I know you got us on new houses, right? Derek got that mega. Okay, he got that mega. So shit. Get some houses, man. Where we gonna set up at? We got to set up somewhere near some water, man. Where we got to have fishing access, and we got to have airport, transit. That's all we need. We need airport within so many miles. Everything got to be within 5-10 miles. So we got to have transit. We got to have airport, and we got to have fishing. Right next to us. Fishing can be, you like to go on a fishing trip. So you want fishing to be, at least 5 miles away, something like that. 5-10 miles, everything within 10 miles. So airport within 10 miles, transit within 10 miles, fishing within 10 miles, and a nice spread of land. We got to have trees, all that. We don't even care about the beach. They done polluted the ocean so bad, the ocean stinks. Wait till they clean it up. If they leave the crabs and the shrimp and the lobsters and stuff and all that other shellfish to do their work, just leave them for 1 decade. The oceans will be clear again. Because they got enough of them. You see the babies, because crabs have a lot of babies. They would clean it up. They would get it cleaned up. But they keep pulling all that stuff out of the ocean so they can eat it. They already got enough animals to eat that shit, The otters and stuff, they eat that shit. They eat the over. When there's too much, they eat them. Yeah. Let me see what y'all got. But yeah, go and pick them houses up, man. Shit. Let me hit $1 billion. Y'all ain't got to worry about it, sir. Y'all got houses coming. They said, we don't even know him like that, man. He crazy, man. I don't give a shit. People waste money anyway. Shit. I'd rather give it to people I don't know than give it to people I know. Because a lot of people you don't know. You think you know them. Or they act like they know you. I know people that think they know me. They don't know me. You haven't been around me long enough. I said I got strangers that know me more than people that's supposed to know me. Oh, you're always this. How you know how I always am? What last time you saw me? 10 years ago. Oh, so in 10 years, I didn't do nothing. How many days is that? That's 3,650 days you haven't seen me. And in all those damn near 4,000 days, you think nothing changed about me. I'm still the same. But people always say, oh, you look the same. That don't looking the same and being the same is two different things. Yeah. We're going to pick them up, man. Shit, I'll buy a whole freaking, if that was the case, I'll buy a whole neighborhood. I wouldn't even buy a house. I'll take care of a whole, like a neighborhood. Rent them shits out. I invite who I want to. I'll start the neighborhood out the way that I want it to be. And make it posted up right next to, build the neighborhood right next to like that old corner store. That little bodega or whatever. You just put it right next to that. And that'll be the start. That'll be the start of the new town right there. You don't need nothing to hit the sky. You don't need nothing 50 stories high. You don't need that. Build it with the earth. Make it, contour to what the earth looks like. You don't need all this skyscraper. I don't like that shit nowhere. I feel helpless. Man, when I get way up to those floors, when I get up there like on the 20th floor and all that shit, I start feeling hopeless way up there. Like, shit, how I get up out of here if something happened? If something happened, you way up to the 30th, 40th floor, ain't no jumping. Ain't no jumping and surviving. And then a lot of times they got the fire escapes. They don't have, those buildings don't have fire escapes. It's elevator or stairs. I don't know if I can come down 50 flights of stairs. I can fall down 50 flights of stairs. I'm gonna be tired as hell coming down that many stairs. Or even walking up them stairs. That's too much. Yeah, Derek, you keep bringing it up. Derek say Mel won't be. he said he don't want to fight EJ, but EJ don't care. You know why he don't want to fight Earl is because what happens is when they spar with Earl is the same size as them. See, that's the difference. Earl is the same damn size as them when they fight him. And those body shots hurt a lot more. Those body shots hurt a lot more when Earl is big. That's why they don't want to fight Earl. Because they remember that shit like, oh shit, he was killing me in sparring. They landing all them good combinations on Earl, and Earl come right back to the body, just banging the body like, I don't care. Earl's one of them, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. As you see right there, right next to me, you see Earl right there, going to the body. he knocked the color out of somebody. Yeah, he might. He said a lot of Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Salute, brother. I see you out there. Yeah, he said a lot's been raining down here a lot too. Okay, he said a lot in the ground is soggy as hell. Yep. Shit, we passed soggy. We just got straight mud now. He might not though. But Derek Bailey again. He said, yeah, I would say a post Marquez blisticating KO. EJ would beat that version of Pacquiao. Yeah. After you learn, no, this is the thing though. So when you look at fights and fighters, you have to look at their corners too. So do you really think that Derek James is not going to see the same kind of shit with Pacquiao as I see? He's like a good mind when it comes to boxing. He's going to see the same type of stuff that I see with Pacquiao. Mayweather just couldn't catch Pacquiao. He caught him a couple times, but he just couldn't catch him like that little jump in. Mike Tyson used to do it too. Mike Tyson used to do that kangaroo hop too. And that kangaroo hop, it can be effective, but it's very dangerous if somebody catch your ass in the middle of your kangaroo hop. I know it's just a split second, but if they throwing it as soon as you hop, you go, that a lot of damage is gonna be done when you do that little kangaroo hopping and shit. Because Marquez knew it knocked him out. He's like, oh, your ass is out. He just ran. When he hit him, he ran. You see how he ran? He like, yeah, that's it. You ain't getting up from that one. He said, I've been waiting for that shit for 3 fights. He said, I've been waiting for that shit for 3 fights right there. Sir Flame said, new Spence, straightforward, perfect for Pac. That's why he chose Spence, not a counter-puncher boxer. You know what? Ugas came at him. What are you talking about? Ugas didn't fight him going backwards. Go back and look at the fight, Sir Flame. I think you're wrong, brother. Because Ugas couldn't have took the championship if he would have fought Pacquiao on the back foot. He was coming to Pacquiao. Matter of fact, when he fought Earl, he was coming to Earl too. He was trying to come to Earl. Pacquiao, it depends on the fighter too. And I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm not agreeing with the fighters. Or when you talk about Earl versus Pacquiao. Pacquiao too old for that shit, man. He's gonna get, believe me, he's gonna get beat up pretty bad. Everybody always want their old fighters to come back, man. They want Ali to come back. They always want everybody to come back. Oh, come back and see what you can do. And I don't even know what happened with Lamont Peterson. Did anybody hear about that? What happened? I heard he lost, and I heard Anthony Peterson didn't get a fight. So I couldn't find it nowhere. I keep looking for it. So Anthony Peterson probably was training and didn't get the fight because nobody wants to fight him. Yep. But Derek Bailey says salute at Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Bruce Gas is at Sir Flame. And Bruce Gas is at Derek Bailey with the salute, y'all. Derek Bailey again, exactly, Eagle. Mel said EJ is his brother. EJ said he can get that work. I agree that those daily sparring matches that they see EJ as a problem, yeah, that's in 16-ounce gloves too. Yep. And see, that's the whole point. The point being is that Earl is beating your ass up at Earl's weighing like 175, 180, and he's beating your ass up with those gloves on, and they just know they're thinking about that. Hey, it's gonna hurt even worse. It's gonna hurt even worse with those 10-ounce on. They say it's gonna hurt even worse, and it is gonna hurt worse. It's gonna hurt worse, and it's gonna be a longer time. And no extra breaks. Because you can get a few. It doesn't matter if that bell rings in the gym. I'll see you down there, Gil. He said that at Derek Betty 100. Yep. But nobody has disputed what. So the real talk of the matter was nobody has disputed. Derek says, salute to Gil Cove. Yeah, but nobody has disputed what I said. Because like I said, I changed it to who. But let's go back to the question again. Who is Bud going to fight that's better than Keith Thurman? And like I said, I changed it. Who has Bud fought at 147? Somebody named the person that Keith Thurman has fought that is better than Keith Thurman. Name the fighter. That's what all I want. I want somebody to name the fighter. Who I got at Thurman versus Spence at 154. Spence, I probably give the edge to Spence. The reason I'm giving the edge to Spence because Spence is just, it's going to be closer to Earl's natural weight. He's just going to come in with that much more strength. Whereas Keith, I don't know if Keith is going to come in with more strength. Keith is probably just going to come in with, more, it's just going to be heavier. This is the problem with some fighters, though. If you stay at a certain weight for so long, or you deplete yourself, then your muscles they kind of atrophy too. They don't really gain the power back. It'll be a good fight. I just see probably Earl's gonna edge that fight out, just because of I think the weight. I think Keith will probably feel good, like he's in shape and all that, and feel strong. But I think it's just gonna cause him to to suffer more, because Earl coming in heavier, Earl's going to be even that much stronger. I just look at Keith maybe coming a little bit stronger, but I think Earl just comes in like too much stronger. I think Earl comes in too much stronger at 154 and 160. At 160 and 154, Earl is probably a monster at 160. Up to 160, Earl's probably like just a monster. I would think that, because a lot of people that even spar him when he's heavier, they said don't nobody hit like him. And like Derek brought up the good point with the 16-ounce gloves. But let's go right back to it. Nobody's answered the question, who has Bud? Now my question, what sparked my interest was somebody says, who is Bud gonna fight that's better than Keith? And my question is, who has Bud fought at welterweight that's better than Keith? Oh shit. You can't name nobody who beat Keith that he has actually fought and beat. And I'm surprised he didn't fight Danny, though. I mean, at least should have fought Danny. Danny, one of them. Ugas. For me, I think that's what bothers me about Bud, is what's missing on his resume is Danny Garcia and Ugas. Even one of them, we need to see him fight one of those guys. Or Thurman, we need to see him fight somebody. Sean was too iffy to me. Sean became so untrustworthy. Gil said, don't worry. He said, Bud gonna be next. Yeah, but Sean Porter just became, see, all my words come back. What's the name I gave Sean Porter, Derek? See, Derek be the only one to remember. Some of y'all, if anybody remember, what's the name that I gave Sean Porter? Then you gonna see what I'm saying, because we talked about this shit way back. Gil Cole said, keep gonna dust Earl off at 154. Take Bud belt, then give Earl a rematch for undisputed. He said he hashtag play the flute. Well, he can't fight Earl for. He has to move back down to 147 to fight Earl for a title, though. Derek Bay said, worry about them Cowboys that Gil Cole. Yeah. Now, somebody said the fix is already in. And which I ain't trying to spread no rumors, but I'm just preaching what was taught. And somebody said that the fix is already in. That the Cowboys lose, the Niners win. They said they already fixed the games. They already fixed the games. So I'm gonna see what's that about. See if these games are fixed. I'm not betting on no football. Shit. I've seen too much stuff. And like I said, you got players that were really playing. You got professional players that were really playing football for like the championship. And were told in the locker room, like at halftime. This is what I heard. I heard that, yeah. And so a player actually said that. I don't know if they offed him. I don't know what happened to him or whatever, but he damn sure ain't take it back. He said, yeah, we was beating the shit out the Patriots. But then they told us, and I don't remember what the team was. It was a red team. So I don't know if it was Atlanta or whatever, whoever it was. But they was winning. I think I remember what game. I'm just putting the uniforms up here, but I don't remember what team. But yeah, he said, yeah, coach told us at halftime. He said, we got to give this one to the Patriots. He said that the higher up said that it's gonna look, that it's gonna be profitable for the NFL. And when you think about it, all these 3-letter organizations, they are businesses just like you. You're a business entity too, with all those capital letters. You got capital letters on everything you get. Your credit cards, your name, birth certificate, everything is capitalized because you're just a corporation. And the management of the corporations is in D.C. That's all you are. If you can get out of that capital letter shit, you'll be okay. Take yourself out of the jurisdiction of these oppressors. That's the best thing for most people that they should do it. If you are if you're a citizen, but if you just don't want to be underneath their guises or whatever, because I don't pay attention to the shit anymore. I just start speaking truth to them. Because truth works too, but if you don't have it, if you don't know what to tell them, then they're still going to give you a hard time. But if you know how to talk to them, then the truth usually will let you out of it. Like, oh yeah, you're right. You just make them feel real bad. Yep. But Derek said, I wouldn't be surprised, Eagle. Yep. Gil Coles is talking to you, Derek. He said, y'all going to be in the house. Yep. Derek said, he said, the game in Tampa at Gil Coles. Yep. Hell yeah. He said, we clinched our division. Yep. Yep. So I heard they're supposed to win. So Brady's going to win. Cowboys going down. Who else? I got to find that damn, I think it was on TikTok or something. I got to find the video where they was talking about the score. I think the guy gave out scores too. I'm like, shit, huh? I said, how you giving out scores? Gave out the scores of the game and everything. I'm going to tell you how they mess up too, though. A lot of times. Is it even in basketball? Even in basketball. Like, if you remember, Derek, do you remember that time that Dikembe Mutombo gave away, like, the draft pick? He gave away one of the draft picks. And people was like, what? Like, he gave away the draft pick. Like, he knew who the person was going to, knew which round, everything. He knew exactly which team he was going to. But he was speaking before the pick, right? He was speaking before the pick. And they caught up on it. Like, well, what do you mean? And he said, then he tried to take it back. Like, oh, if that happens. And, he tried to take it back. Like, dude, these guys already know. They playing this because you got to realize that just because somebody's on stage doesn't mean that your ass ain't on stage. You feel me? Because they're on stage, but you're on stage too. Your stage is way more important than theirs because the thing about your stage is you can get rid of them. Okay, let me see. Let's bring up one fight. I think Plata might win, but we're gonna go Clavel, right? And you guys, who you guys got? A Jabba or y'all got Shaw? Y'all going with the American? You think Shaw will be able to outbox him? I know y'all hate to talk about certain fighters and stuff, so y'all might not even talk about it, but I'll put it there. Leave it there. Yeah. Oh, Wilder. I was looking at another thing about Wilder. Wilder straight up hate Fury, man. He hate Fury more than I do. And I don't hate none of them. I hate cheating. Like if you do something dirty, I hate that. For people, I don't hate people. I hate actions. So for me, even if we fight, y'all get mad at me, I get mad at y'all. I'm not really mad at you. It's because I can never not. I mean, you still gonna be, for me, you're always gonna be a person. So I'm gonna be a respecter of that. I'm gonna respect you as a person. I won't respect what you do. If you do some foul shit, I'm not gonna respect that. But other than that, you're okay with me because you're gonna have your own opinions and everything else. So I gotta accept that. Do I have to deal with you all the time? Not necessarily. I mean, if I need to toss you or something, get your ass up out of here. You know, but that's that. But, you know, as far as because we talk about this, we talk about everything that relates to, we talk a lot of grown folk stuff, but we talk about things that relate to boxing and, you know, and then sports because football comes into it because it's still football season. So we'll go with that. When it's basketball, we go with that. And then also, but we try to keep the boxing. We try not to be separatists, you know, like far as, I don't want people to not have, be a fan of other countries' boxers and stuff like that. But, you know, I would rather you know, pick somebody who you like, but I don't want you, for me, it's phony to go with somebody you like when you know they're going to get stopped. When you know they're going to get beat up. Boy, I got to go with my boy. I mean, you can do that technically, but you're not really a fan of the sport. You make yourself into more of a fanboy if you go with somebody when you know they're going to get their ass whooped. You know what I mean? It's different if you're in that camp and all that. Yeah, that's different. I mean, you roll with them because you're in the same camp. But if you're rolling with somebody you know they're going to get their ass whooped, then, you know, you just a sucker. Yeah, don't roll with somebody when you know they're gonna get that ass whooped. I mean, and that's not, like I said, that's like, you could stop that and say it like this, like, you know, I like this guy, he's from U.S., I want him to win, I'm gonna give him my support, win, lose, or draw. That's different. But don't turn yourself into like a whole shit talker. Look at Derek says, as long as Dak doesn't choke. But you know what, Derek? So you talking about Mr. Prescott? He's known to choke sometimes, but I think he might have matured. He might mature a little bit. But if it's already written, brother, they lost, man. If it's already written, we was just talking about this. I think the last show we was just talking about this. Is that one thing we do in America is everybody don't go with. Like Gil he's going with his town or whatever. But a lot of cities and stuff don't go with their own team. They don't. Like a lot of people in New York, they Cowboy fans. A lot of people in different states is Cowboy fans. You know, they just like, they got their own team. They say, nah, I ain't no Giants fan. And they're wearing this shit out there proudly. Like a lot of people that you go to a Giants game, you'll see a lot of people out there. You see Cowboy fans out there when Cowboys go over there. And they didn't travel up from Texas. They just right there. So that's one thing that's diverse about our fans is that we really don't care. Towns, and I'm gonna tell you this: the shameful one is I don't like what the Raiders is doing. I don't like what the organization is doing. Nothing, because Raider fans have been ride or die since like the 60s. Something like that, like the 60s. They have been ride and die since the 60s and, you know, early 60s, late 60s, early 70s. Raiders have been ride or die. But that's look at Derek. Derek said, "Yep, I hate the Giants." Yeah, Derek, buddy. But like I said, with Oakland, I just don't like. I don't like the fact that that's like a fly. They turn a great team into like a fly by night type of team. How many times that team has been in Oakland, went all the way to L.A. now, and then back to Oakland, and then they just said, forget them. Y'all don't need a football team here. Let's just take them out. And they just took them out. Took them out to Vegas. Strategically, maybe weather-wise, but do you have to worry about, do you need weather? When it comes to football, you don't need weather. You want mud. If you're a real football player, you want mud. You want the sloshy shit. You don't want no dry. You don't want it hot. Perfect football weather is not necessarily humid from the air being moist, but a little bit of rain. You know, not like for the full game, not sloshy like that, but a little bit of rain, a little bit of sun, a little bit of rain, but like mild temperatures. That's perfect for football, because it shows, you know, if you want to see what a team can actually do, we talk about football. If you want to see what a team can do, you got to see what that team can do in any kind of condition, because all the stadiums aren't like domed, and they're different locations and stuff. And that's just because you're in a location don't mean it's not going to rain and wind. So if you can win in any kind of condition, like snow, you know, rain, heat, no matter what the conditions are, because what that does, that shows you, hey, you got a good running game. If you can run because you run in the rain, like I can run, I can't pass right now. The ball's too slippery, and that ball does get slippery. So the ball's too slippery, you know, I can't rely on my receivers to catch it, so I'm going to have to hand it off. And then if they know you got to hand it off and they still can't stop you, and then it clears up again. Now you're back to your passing game. You see what I mean? Then that shows like a team that's a team that really not just has character, but just has what they call depth. That's a team that has depth. If you can only win, because remember, some teams can only win like with their crowd, which is crazy. You can only win with your crowd. Your crowd ain't gonna be here when it comes to the big dance. When it comes to the big dance, it's not. How many times has it happened in NFL history where the big dance was actually at the same field that the champ, like one of the champs, was from? That doesn't really happen. That doesn't happen very often. Yeah. But Derek got up his hate for the Giants. Giants don't, for me, the Giants don't represent as much hate as they get sometimes, though, Derek, to be honest. So, for me, they just don't. I'll tell you what team I just never liked, and I don't like him. Gil Cole likes him. Oh, so he's fighting Shaw. You're talking about who's a Jabba fighting? He's fighting Shaw. USA. But Shaw, the thing about Shaw, he hasn't lost yet, but we're going to see what Shaw can do. And then we know a Jabba can get beat because mostly everybody in here picked against him when he was fighting that Cuban. Yeah, but I never liked Tom Brady. But now I know why I don't like him. Is because for me, I feel like they have cheated for him. And I never would think that way. You know, I would have never thought that way. But what made me start thinking that way is the Seattle game. The Seattle game made me think that way. And it made a lot of people think that way. Because if that was not an obvious setup, then there's no such thing as an obvious setup. That shit was an obvious setup. Because you got enough time to... That should have been like a Marshawn Lynch touchdown. I mean, you had babies making the call. Come on, you got 10-year-olds that follow professional football that was making the play call. Everybody talking about beast mode. If you saw everybody talking about beast mode, and all of a sudden it's a pass interception, it's like, are you really? And it's not like Wilson couldn't run, because the same side that he threw to, he could have ran that. You got 2 yards to go. Think about it. You got 2 yards. You can't make 2 yards as fast as he was. Come on. I ain't trying to stir up nothing, but I know people get mad. Oh yeah, you okay, yeah. I'll take it. I'm a conspiracy theorist at when it comes to certain points, and not that I am, but just because certain people will say that's, oh, you conspiracy. I said, just like when we lost our power. Okay, somebody explain this. This grown folks chat here. So somebody explain this to me. You lose power, right? You have a blackout or something like that. So you have a blackout, and your lights go out. You hear noise, boom, your lights go out, and they come on for another. They come back on for 2 seconds, and then they go out. Later on, you got certain traffic lights. Some traffic lights are going through the whole cycle: red, yellow, and green, right? And then you got some that are just flashing, like just flashing red lights. And they put these little small stop signs out there. They ain't got no cops controlling traffic, because that's what cops usually do when traffic lights are. But you got flashing red lights. So how's that happen? How's that happen when you have an outage? And I'm gonna tell you what let me know that they were foolish. You know what? When some of these lights are flashing, because I know how they, because they can not necessarily manually control the traffic lights, but they can actually hook up a portable source of power, because I watched them do it. They hook up a portable source of power to power the lights. They hook up a generator to the light. There's a box on the side of on the sidewalk, a huge box. It has certain components in there where they could switch it over to generator to power the lights. And I saw them do it, because the whole neighborhood was black, but they had a little generator out there controlling the lights. I'm like, okay, so they can control this here. But some lights are just flashing. But our power's out. Believe me, it works on a bigger scale. It's just like the fuses, or what they call the breakers in your house. So you got breakers in your house, right? So I got breakers where I turn them one way and turn them back to reset them. And if I don't reset all of them, like certain areas won't have power. It's the same damn structure in these cities and stuff. And they're either working on something, or they're working on something. I'll let you figure that out. You probably can't figure it out. Well, what are you saying? They're either working on something, or they're working on something. And that's why the power is still out. So some people haven't had power since Monday. Or Sunday. Well, they're going to think it was Sunday, because when they woke up Monday, there was no power. So Monday. So you're looking at Monday. So Sunday, late. So you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if you did Sunday shopping and bought all your meat and all your frozen meat and stuff, you can forget that. You ain't cooking it. You got to give that away or throw that away. That's straight up dog and cat food now. 5 days without the power. Yeah. Look at Gil. Gil said, hey, he said, I'm no Brady fan either. He said, but we got him and I trust him under pressure. Well, he's been to the big dance like more than any other quarterback, right? Any other winning quarterback, he's been to the dance more. Who used to go to the dance like damn near every year and lose? I don't even want to say it, but I'll put it out there. I'll put the conference out there. Let me see. This is a trivia question for y'all. Who's been to the dance more than damn near any quarterback on losses? And I'm gonna say, I'll just tell you guys the AFC team. So I'm gonna A Jogba. I'm probably gonna go with a Jogba, but I'm hoping that we can get it. Shaw can get the dub. I can say that. So I'm hoping that Shaw can get the dub. Clavel, the female fight. I probably want her to win, but I don't know. Plata might put them things on her. Kissy and Temper. I guess I got to go with Kissy. Because Kissy is, he's just starting off, but 3-0, and Temper, is probably don't have that much of a temper. So the Clavel fight might be going on right now. It's no, it comes on tonight. It's in LA. So you guys got that it's on ESPN Plus. So if you guys got that, if you want to watch the girls fight, that's tonight. So it'll be, I guess it's 11 o'clock at Eastern time. So you gotta stay up and late and watch that. UK is on Fight, and it looks like the Kissy fight and against Temper, that's on pay-per-view on really. It's on Dozen, and then again we got the Jogba fight is on ESPN. It's on not Plus but regular, it's ESPN, and it's on Sky Sports. So those are the two that we have. The undercard for the females tonight, Bilma, I don't know him. Actinez, I don't know him. He's Canadian versus Mexican. I don't know him. Sorry, y'all. I don't know those guys. And then for the Jogba fight, undercard is Lopez and Nova, and we talked about that last week about Nova. So we're gonna see if Nova can make a comeback from getting that ass whooped. Villanello, 10-round heavyweight fight versus Rice. So again, we got Mexican. I think we have Italian. I think he's Italian. Mexican or Italian. Villanello sounds like, I think he's Mexican. And fighting Rice. We'll see what Rice can do. Like I said, I'm not a fanboy like that. But when it comes to like countries and stuff like that, I'm still kind of like, I still go with this country. When it comes to certain stuff, some stuff I don't give a shit about, but a lot of stuff when it comes to like hand to hand, I always want to feel like that we got y'all hand to hand, even if we get our ass whooped, I still like to think that we still got some people. Look at Gil throwing the answer out there all quick. Gil said like Bills. Yep. Gil know the team. I didn't want to throw the quarterback underneath the bus. Gil said the Bills. He said that's who it is. Yeah, Gil threw that shit out there like, yep. You're right. It's the Bills. Yeah. I felt bad. The time that I think I felt bad for them, well, I probably felt bad a couple of times. What I felt the worst about was one year was, I think it was Thurman Thomas, is I felt so bad for Thurman Thomas. I just felt bad for him. Like, he just can't get it. Just can't get a break. And it's like, damn, man, this dude, he do all this hard ass work, man. He like a workhorse and just can't get the breaks. But we've had players like that were workhorses and they just couldn't get the break. Just couldn't do it. Basketball, I'll tell you the saddest one in basketball. What's the saddest sight in basketball history? In pretty modern day, not when I say modern, let's say because I don't know the exact year, I can figure it out, but I think it's like early 2000s. It's either late 90s or early 2000s. I'm thinking it was early 2000s or something like that, but early or late 90s, late 90s. One of the two. The saddest basketball team, or the most desperate basketball team. And I'm gonna say it like this. This is extra credit if you guys get this one. I would say this. It's the saddest sight for scrambling. Listen to what I say. Scrambling basketball players to try to get a championship. Like scrambling basketball players. In other words, struggling basketball players. Either we couldn't get a championship, but if we get with them, we probably can get a championship. And it was a failure. Let's see if anybody knows that. That's gonna be worth a good. That's worth 10 points to one of my next trivias. Well, we haven't done for a while though. We gotta do it. We'll do another one. Yeah, we gotta do. I gotta do a different kind because I want to do boxing, but I want to do. I gotta add a little bit of extra there. Okay, Derek. So let me talk to Derek for a second. Y'all can listen in. So Derek, I got the clip, and my understanding is with Floyd running his mouth. See, what you got to understand is what people got to understand is this Floyd is not, he's not the brightest lamp that's plugged in. So what he doesn't get, and what a lot of people don't get, is when you get somebody who's braggartly and boastfully and he was undefeated, I was undefeated. When you get people that do that, when it comes to certain sports like boxing, boxing has never been a singular sport to where it didn't transcend into a lot of other things like politics. It is becoming that type of a sport. And so that's why so when Derek threw me that little clip, I was like, you know what? So that is another part. So when we do grown folks discussion, that's another part that we never talked about. Is that the dynamic of boxing has changed too. It is turning, and I don't like to say this, but I have to tell you guys, it's turning into a fanboy and fangirl type of sport. It's no longer holding the politics and stuff like it used to. It's not holding the country's attention like it used to. It used to be like during the war, one of our fighters, like i.e. Joe Louis, when he beat Smelling the second time. That was country versus country right there. It was a lot riding on that fight. We don't have the same type of things riding on fights like we did back then. When Ali was fighting, when he changed his name to Ali when he was fighting, the political stance back then was the whole political stand was pro-Vietnam, and you had people against Vietnam. See, and so he was vilified in the sense that they felt like he was a traitor to this country because he wouldn't go fight a war. I know a lot of people get mad. Oh, how could you be American if you look? I'm not that kind of American. I'm American because they named this country United States of America. My family been here for thousands of years. We've been here for thousands of years. So before they labeled it, I've always been for this country. But I'm for this country a different way. I don't want to digress. So we talk about the boxing. So the whole picture for boxing has changed. It changed in such a way to where, everybody's individual. It's just, it's just for the sport. But it's never really been a sport because you still have smaller countries that this is all they have. They don't have any major sports. They don't have basketball teams, baseball teams, soccer teams. They do not. And so this is really big for them. Even some of the countries that do have other sports, this is still real big for them. It's still pretty big for Argentina, even though they have a football team. It's still big for like the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, some of the African nations, and some small European nations. Is they still embrace boxing, and they still, they go with their champs versus ours. And I get that part of it. But as a boxing fan, you still got to sit back and you got to sit back and you got to assess what what your mouth is really saying. You'll be like, oh, wait a minute. This is not, he's not going to win. Sometimes you just got to know. And that's why it's safe in here sometimes because we have two bets. We have our real bet where we're actually spending money. And then we have our bet to hope, our bet of hope. Our bet of hope is that the fighter we, we're going for. We hope he wins. Our bet of money is like there's no way in the hell he can win. He's gonna get his ass whooped. Even though I hope he's gonna win, I'm gonna bet this money that he's not gonna win because the more sure deal is on him getting his ass whooped, as long as the money's right. If it's a little bit over even, even if it's 50-50 fight, if it's a 50-50 fight of really on betting circles, if it's 50-50, and you're fighting, everybody knows one fighter's gonna get their ass whooped. Everybody knows where the money's going. Even if you don't make nothing, it's like shit. You got your money back, right? And that's why. And that's one of the points which y'all got to understand. That's why the house never loses. See? Damn, think about that, man. That's something else. If you just think about it, that's grown folk right there. 50-50, the house don't lose. Think about it. They can't. 50-50. Because whoever wins, they pay, but they're paying back what they got. Oh, it's like somebody took your money. Oh, my bad, I got your money. Here, take your money back. But guess what? That other 50, they're taking that. They just keeping that. All better luck next time. But the basketball team I was talking to you guys about, which you guys don't know basketball, I guess. And I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna try to pull it up. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull it up so we can, so I can laugh. I guess I got to figure this one out. Because I want to make sure. Okay, it came up right away. A lot of people have been looking for this. That's bad. That's sad when other people look for something. That's sad. That's pretty sad. There's so many. Okay, it was just like when I told you it was too. It was the same exact time when I told you guys it was early 2000. Yeah. I was like either late. I said early 2000 is right there, and it came up. So to tell you guys who the team was, I just wanted to make sure I had the specific date. But I know I said it was like late, but it was 2004. That's when it was, 2004. And that's crazy. Wow. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So then they're saying that's when the Shaq and Kobe was going at it. And that's when it happened. So 2004 is when it was. And that's when, so Gary Payton was playing for him and also Karl Malone. So it was the Lakers. Just for my grown folks that you guys are supposed to know the other sports too. You guys got to keep up with basketball too, not just football and boxing. Okay, so that's when it was, 2004. So now you guys can remember that time, 2004. A lot of people are gonna probably blame Kobe for it, but shit, you just take his ass out of the game. You got Hall of Famers that playing with y'all. That's when Hall of Famers are supposed to step up, and that's why I'm saying even with Pacquiao. And I try to talk to Sir Flame, but Sir Flame's not gonna listen to me. That Pacquiao back in the day, he might have had a better chance against Earl. I really don't even see Pacquiao ever beating Earl Spence. But he would have had a better chance younger. He'll get beat up. I'm gonna bring this fight up again. You guys need to go back and look at the Joshua Clottey fight for some reason, and just wonder how that fight was a miracle, and just wonder how come Pacquiao couldn't knock him out. And also wonder, I'm going to give you some things to think about that fight. How come Pacquiao couldn't knock him out? How come Pacquiao couldn't even put a mark on his face? Not a mark. He didn't put a mark on Clottey's face. He didn't get hit by Clottey, but yet his face was all lumped up. And I believe that's 2010, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was in March. Anyway, y'all checked it out, and this somebody give me your assessment. Is why did Pacquiao not get hit and look beat up, and why did Clottey supposed to take so much punishment and didn't look beat up and wasn't hurt? And then why was reported? Why did we lose the whole interview when Clottey was saying that he wasn't allowed to even fight Pacquiao during that fight? And he just went down from there. I think he might got some more wins, but he just went down from there. But certain stuff sticks in my mind, man, because if certain things that happen in my life when certain things go, it's always something that happens in your life at a certain point in time. Like right now, during all the sports and stuff, we got all these floods. Like, so probably years from now, I'm going to be remembering all the floods along with the football playoffs and boxing and everything else. I'm going to be remembering all these floods, But Gil Coles, you never responded back. I did tell you who was fighting, so you're not interested. I got to talk to Derek because, I don't know, Derek's cousin will have to. Hey, Derek, send me an email. I got to try to, I got to see what I want to see what channel your cousin is watching a Jogba fight on. Oh, yeah, actually, I can. Yeah, that's an easy one. I should be able to get that. That's just, that's free TV, so. Yeah. Kind of interested about that Casey. I'm trying to think about that. He's just coming up. I'm not trying to get excited about all these fighters that's coming up because I was just about to start endorsing Nova, and then Nova went and got that ass whooped. So hopefully Nova can get it done now. So we're gonna see if Nova can get this done. So this Friday wrap, let's go ahead and take care of our bills, our real bills. I gotta go matter of fact, I gotta run to the bank myself, and there's some things I gotta take care of. So I'm gonna get up out of here. But y'all know what it is. My shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Yeah, we did a little bit of grown folks talk. We did a little bit of boxing. I couldn't cover everything. Y'all can call me a fanboy if you want to. But Tank, that's my new little baby nephew. I like Tank, man. Tank is the only one that's keeping it real. He really is. He's keeping it, not maybe the only one, but he's keeping it real in boxing. He's just making me laugh. A lot of people don't see that Tank is a comedian. And if y'all don't catch it, is y'all slipping. If y'all can't catch that boy is a comedian. That boy is funny as hell. For me, I can see underneath all the stuff what he's doing. He's just making me laugh, man. He having fun. Because he knows where he at. He a grown man now. He know where he at. And he having fun. He making sure that people around him's okay. And that's even a thing which y'all got to understand. I think he was making sure that his mom was okay even watching them fight. He don't want his mom to watch him getting beat up or something. He was making sure his mom, looking for his mom. Okay, mom, don't worry about it, I'm good. And so his mom be cracking me up too. She be laughing. She get fired up. She get excited. Like if she think he's slowing down or getting pawed up a little bit. She gets boisterous. She cracked me up too. But you got to, if you don't like him, you just don't like him. But anyway, this is Friday, man. Like any day. It doesn't matter what day it is, man. Nothing but blessings. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm going to catch y'all, Derek. I'm going to catch y'all, Gil. Sir, Bruce, whoever else. Hey, the rest of y'all, man, y'all say something when y'all come in. Stop being scary, man. Gil, just because Gil come back, don't stop getting scared. Because Gil might not even get rid of you. He might not even clap you. So y'all stop being scared. Y'all see Gil come back. Oh, ESPN. Regular, Derek. It's on regular ESPN. Yep. Yeah, yeah, I should be able to get that. That's tomorrow though. Oh, but the girl Cavell, she fight tonight. But like I said, I'm probably gonna go. I think Plata might get her. So it is what it is. But we'll see, brother. I might come back Saturday. I might come back Sunday and talk about it. Saturday and Sunday. I got some other stuff I need to talk about. Like I said, I got to start another channel, another forum. Everything is kind of folding for me when I try to talk about certain subjects on certain platforms. Is they shut it out, man. But I do it here so subtly, and because this audience is more like a private audience, that I can probably get away with most of the stuff I talk about here. Sometimes we can't get away with it. You already know, because they'll block Eagle quick, or they ban me. I've been banned from other countries twice, and to be honest, I didn't even know what our main subject was. I don't even know why that happened to us. But they're like, F that Eagle. It's like, really? F that Eagle? What Eagle do? You know what you did. You know what you said. No, I don't. That was Derek and them started. They started all the conversation out. Yeah. But I appreciate the clip, man, and I appreciate the response to what I said, because the whole political thing, boxing is still, it's not as big politically as it used to be. But if you think about it, it can be. It takes these boxers. The boxers are going to bring the sport back to like the White House and all that. Yep. He said they both stopped fighting though. And that could happen. Sometimes we get what we want, and sometimes we just don't get it. But like I said, man, that was a very important part, especially when it comes to men. It's very important. And the girls used to be more involved with it. But when these guys decide to get back at it, to where the popularity goes up, because what I did is I went back and I looked over, and I know I was going, but I went back over and I looked at the Kings and stuff, and so I was just thinking. I said, yeah, there's a lot of important stuff happened there, because at one point, remember, Panama embraced Duran, and then they wanted to kill him. He couldn't walk his neighborhood without his lion, because they wanted to kill him after the No Mas, you know. And he's sitting there thinking about the girls, like, yeah, I got knocked out because of these girls. But we know he's full of shit. That because he never wanted that. Because if that was the case, he would have got that rematch. You know, but he didn't want no more. He didn't want no more Tommy. Tommy would have took him out, no matter what kind of. It had nothing to do with him being in shape, because he didn't look any different. If you think about it, it was only a couple of rounds. He didn't look any different. He wasn't boxing any different style. But anytime he was made to order for Tommy, because the pinpoint accuracy that Tommy was hitting him with. Because he's very elusive. He couldn't be hit. It's just like Benitez. He never fought Benitez again. Benitez, he was made to order for Benitez too. Some fighters are made to order for other people. Okay, but I didn't want to get off of what I was saying. That, yeah, we need to bring, if you're going to uplift boxing, you got to get, you might not like the old heads, like you call them, but you're going to have to get like certain people in the government back into it. Not just Jerry Jones of a football team, and not just, big personalities of different sports, but you got to get your political figure, back up in there. Even if it's Trump or something like Biden, no, maybe not. But somebody like a Trump, maybe still, or, just somebody. A governor, and then the sport will get back up there, but it's not going to get up there. You're not going to be visiting the White House like the Super Bowl champs or nothing like that, or just like the World Series champs. You guys ain't going to make it. But hopefully boxing can make it, man. All right. I'm going to catch y'all, man. Good seeing y'all out, man. Y'all take care of yourself out there. And I'll be watching out for this rain. If we getting warnings like you going to flood, man, I'm not trying to have no water all up in my place like that. Deuce City.